Allied Services Friday Night Rivals, presented by Tom Hesser Dealerships, is on MyTV WQMY.
Welcome inside Lakeland Stadium. We're at Chapman Lake, Lackawanna County. Tonight, the 2022 high school football season and Friday Night Rivals kicks off with a top 10 matchup as number 9 Scranton Prep battles number 2 Lakeland. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bob Ide, and welcome to high school football here on MyTV for the 12th straight season. Joining me for another year is former Tunkhannock area coach Jan Seachak, and we're happy to welcome back Amanda Kuhl to the sidelines. And yeah, we have a great matchup tonight, but it was diminished a little bit when we found out the news that Scranton Prep and Penn State recruit running back London Montgomery suffered a torn ACL last week in the scrimmage. He will not play the entire season. You have to feel bad for him and his family.
Well, London, I was speaking with him during pregame, and he's got a great head on his shoulders, great attitude, positive attitude. He's having the surgery done at Penn State next month, so exciting times for him. He knows he's got to keep his head on straight, and he's just excited for this team. So
the Cavaliers have to regroup. They have to use a running game that's going to feature 4 new offensive linemen. So that goes right to junior Quinton Palmero. He's our Toyota Spotlight player.
Quinton Palmero, we saw him last week, Bob. What I liked is he hits the hole hard, he's running downhill, and his shoulders are square. And he's a really good running back, and he's had time at that spot last year.
Absolutely. They may even throw the ball a little bit more tonight. For Lakeland, they return 8 starters on both sides of the ball. It starts with their quarterback and moves on to that. But a guy that, he's not going to leave the field all night long is our other Toyota Spotlight player, and that's Lakota Dupree.
Lakota, what do you say about this young man? Outstanding young man in the classroom. On the field, he's offense, defense, special teams, punter, extra point. He does everything for this team, but they have so many weapons on the Chiefs team, they just can't rely on him.
And he recently signed with Holy Cross. So the weather, we had a storm move through. We expect maybe some rain later on in the game, but other than that, it's beautiful up here at Chapman Lake. It's a Friday Night Rivals top 10 matchup to kick the season off. It's number 9, Scranton Prep, and number 2, Lakeland.
You're watching Allied Services Friday Night Rivals, presented by Tom Hesser Dealerships on MyTV WQMY.
Both teams are on the field and we are ready to go for the 2022 Friday Night Rivals season. There you see London Montgomery, number 7, not in uniform, out for this season. We talked about him in pregame. Mike Sarah, our referee. Looks like Lakeland won the toss, and they will receive. So we'll see that offense that averaged almost 30 points a game in 2021 start against the defense that gave up only 11 points per game, Jan, in 2021 as well.
I'll tell you what, this is an awesome first game that we are previewing tonight. I should say preview, that we are streaming and broadcasting. These two teams are ready, and I know Coach Pawarchik had this game circled as payback and a good barometer of how their season's going to be.
Okay, before we head down to Amanda, we're going to rise and have the playing of tonight's national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the
That's tonight's national anthem, sung by a student from Lakeland. And we are about to get this game underway. And as I mentioned in pregame, we welcome back Amanda Cool, who was once on the sidelines some years ago. Amanda, this is a great series, but these two teams don't meet a lot. In fact, they haven't met since 2019.
That's right, Bob. In 2019, Scranton Prep beat Lakeland 49-7. In fact, Scranton Prep hasn't beat Lakeland since 2010. But you know what? Both of these teams are ranked in our top 10. They are both ranked in Pennsylvania state rankings, and they are no stranger to one another. Tonight was going to be a true test for Scranton Prep, as they're going to be without running back and Penn State commit Lendon Montgomery, as he suffered a knee injury in last week's scrimmage. Bob, it's going to be a good one tonight.
Absolutely. These two teams are state ranked. Lakeland's in AA this year. They're number 8 in the state. Number 9 is Scranton Prep. They're in AAA, so a lot expected. But of course, a lot of those predictions were made before London went down. But don't count out Scranton Prep. They're a very talented team, just a little bit inexperienced.
Bob, and I'll tell you what, I was just crunching some numbers. Their offensive line across the board averaged is 243 pounds. So they've got the size, they've got the strength. They just have to get the cohesiveness together to bond and gel as that offensive line. And they've got great running backs, and we saw that last week.
We'd like to mention that the national anthem tonight was sung by Shiloh Muda, a student here at Lakeland. So a great job by her. Raymond Ronaldi tees it up for the Cavaliers, and it looks like Siemens and Shea will be back to deep to receive this one and get this season underway. A season and 3 weeks of hard work, all working in the summer, getting in the weight room in the winter, and it all comes down to this. We're about to get the 2022 Friday Night Rivals season underway from Chapman Lake. Here we go. Siemens, the speedster, from his 10. Won a medal at States. He gets to the outside, he'll be tough. The kicker has to make the stop, Rinaldi, but good field position for Lakeland all the way up to their 45-yard line. That's where we will see senior Domenico Spatero. He threw for 2,200 yards last year, Jan. 25 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and he can run too, 819 yards. He had a long one of 13. Overall, probably an all-state candidate. He was an all-state last year.
He absolutely, and he has grasped this offensive style tremendously. He knows where his checkdowns are, and he's very successful.
Prep will play a 4-4 defense. Going to have to guard from the pass. Lakeland, 4 receivers to the near side. Sotero's going to run it. Makes a nice cutback and makes something out of nothing, about a 5-yard gain for number 1.
Well, I like what Coach did there. He was trying to declare what their defense is. They shifted into the short side, using that outside the sideline as a boundary person. But again, there wasn't anything, cut back inside, 4-yard gain.
We'll get to the starters in just a minute. Spatero back, has time to pass out, and he's just short to Kevin Schneider out there. He'll bring up 3rd down. Here is the offense brought to you by Tom Hesser Dealerships. Talked about Spatero in the backfield. He'll be with Evan Pochis and sometimes Josh Pence back there. And the wide receivers are very good. We'll get to that in a minute. So 3rd down and long. So a big down here for Prep. They like to get off the field with this high-powered offense. Spatero keeps it, cuts back. He has running room. Into the secondary, all the way to the Cavalier 35-yard line. Ridden out of bounds by Weeks and Palmero, but a perfect storm. 1st down for this high-powered Chiefs team.
Watch the spotlight player from the Lakeland Chiefs. We know that he's going to be a lead back. Here he comes right to your screen, number 6, and watch his eyes downfield. Watch his push. He just gets in there and get off my man, and does a tremendous job. And again, Spatero's got great vision and great speed.
Siemens to the near side. Lakota Dupree on the far side. Spatero again going to keep it. Tries to get to the outside. He does. And nice gain of about 6 yards for the quarterback. And Gentile comes in to make the step for the Cavaliers. So it's all been the running of Domenico Spatero. Nico doing a nice job.
And right here, here's the replay. Again, they go with a great, nice RPO in there, that run-pass option. And Scranton Prep now has adjusted to a 3-man front, so they got a 0 over the center, and they're playing 2-5 techniques, which is outside shoulder of the offensive tackles. So they had to with this spread offense that the Chiefs run.
One-on-one coverage to the near side with speedster Seaman against the sophomore Weeks. See if they go to that. They don't. Into the inside. Poaches with running room. Poaches to the outside. Siemens with the block. Chiefs in for an opening touchdown. 57-yard drive for the Lakeland Chiefs.
Watch this replay. They go down block, and look at the tackle, number 65. Turns the defensive end in, and again, he just beats them to the outside. Key blocks downfield by those wide receivers. Stalk blocking, doing a great job. In for the first touchdown of the season for the Chiefs.
5 plays, 57 yards, set up off the good kickoff return. And now the Chiefs will go back for the PAT. Zach Janowski. Terrell the hold. The kick is up and it is through. So the Chiefs, ranked number 2 in our preseason Friday Night Rivals countdown, show why. They go down the field and they score the first touchdown of the season.
Bill's Auto Body is a proud sponsor of high school football. Bill's Auto Body can take care of all your collision needs. No collision job is too big or too small. Call us today at 570-397-6138 or visit us at 10 River Street in Carbondale. Bill's Auto Body's quote is, "We meet by accident."
So the kickoff by the Chiefs went out of bounds. Prep will get good field position to begin their opening drive. Right at the 35-yard line. That's where they'll take it. That's where we'll see Sean Monahan. He's a senior, 780 yards last year, just 2 interceptions, 13 touchdowns.
Well, you know what? Last year, they really didn't have to do a whole lot of passing. So that's why his numbers are going to be a tad bit askew. But we saw last week how they were trying to develop more of a passing game. We know that Palmero can run the ball, and that offensive line has got to start to gel. They got their work cut out with them, with Adam Wormuth, the 285-pound senior.
6 starters back on offense. And we have our first flag of the game, or second, I should say. And legal motion against the Cavaliers. So some jitters and some nerves. You know, this team, you know, they suffered a big blow because they lost their leader. They lost the guy that was going to lead this team, and they didn't even take the field. So, you know, a lot of some nerves, I'm sure.
And having 4 brand new offensive linemen, their first varsity game. Yeah, and it's also the first game for both sides. So the adrenaline's pumping, the nerves are really flowing.
This offense last year averaged 40 points per game. Of course, most of that was on the ground. Another flag comes in, and a big hit on the inside from that Lakeland defense.
Well, right now, Coach Gallagher he's got to be cool, calm, and collected because he knows this is just first game stuff, and they're just digging themselves into a hole. But these kids at Scranton Prep have a confidence about them, and they're not really worried that they're down by a touchdown right now. They just want to start to get the offense moving in the right direction at this point. So cool, calm, and collected. That's what they've got to be right now.
Of course, this defense returns 8 starters, 13 points per game last year, 200 yards per game. So they'll come back very strong. Up front, they're very good. Couple new linebackers, but including Dupree in the middle. That was Gilderman on the stop last time. So throwing down, they get it to the speedster Barrett in the middle.
Ooh.
And he's ripped down. A huge hit from John Klaus Walton, the senior.
Wow, they tried doing the slip screen on the inside. The Prep did. We know that we saw that a lot last week, how they were developing, especially the screen game. And boy, did he just shut the door on him. That was a beautiful hit.
So another passing situation. They'll hand it off Palmero, and he's going nowhere. That's Lakota Dupree shooting in for another tackle for a loss, and Prep is going the wrong way on their opening drive, and this offensive line with 4 new starters is getting an early test.
They really are, and you're just going to see Lakota Dupree just come right up into the A gap. That's the center guard gap on that side, and he just blew right by the offensive lineman and had that first contact, which allowed his teammates to then drop him.
Third and 25 now for this team. So obviously I think you're going to see a quick run. Probably nothing deep. They'll go down the inside. Palmero has a hole. He can get outside. Gets the block out there, but it's going to be short of the first down by about 9 yards. But a positive play for Prep as they're going to go off the field on offense.
Again, slow start for them. You got 4 new guys. There was 2 illegal motions to set them back. And again, watch this. Nice job with the blocking. Watch his running. Watch right here, everybody, how he went from his left hand to right hand as he was coming down into our view. Good coaching right there, making sure ball security is done.
Monahan does the kicking. Back is Kevin Schneider. So Lakeland should get good field position out of this. Good kick by Monahan. He kicks it away from Schneider a little bit. But he'll pick it up at the 27. He has room. And Prep will have it again in their own territory, but at the 46-yard line. Time now, let's look at the Lakeland offense. And here we go. Pochis and Siemens plays the halfback this year with Spatero. The wide receivers are very good. Schneider is in there with Rovinski on the outside. And Schneider last year had 8 touchdowns, 612 yards. And up front, there you see Schneider and Dupree. And up front, again, they returned 3 guys up front, 2 new starters for the Lakeland Chiefs up front. So second series for the Chiefs, up 7-0. Poaches with a hole. Into the secondary again. Ripped down by Doughton, but a gain of 10.
Well, one thing Coach Poharczyk always has said to us over the last few years is that he preaches team. And watch these guys downfield. They do a great job down block, but these receivers down there are stalk blocking. They know the ball's not coming to them, but they're doing their jobs really well to get those running backs all that yardage that they can.
We may have a flag down. It's going to be a face mask, so tack on more for the Chiefs. So the Cavaliers defense had 7 returners starting up front. Nicotera and Schnippes in the middle. 2 big guys.
Oh, they are huge.
And Mick O'Malley had 100 tackles last year, number 33. But they also have Reese Tanner, a sophomore, in there at the middle linebacker. Spatero back, has time. Running room if he wants it. He's close to the line of scrimmage. Gets it down. Rovinski can't make the catch. He was close to being over that line of scrimmage, but he may have had a foot on the right side.
Well, that time Scranton Prep switched to their 4-man front, and again, now they give him a lot of pressure. Pressure from the outside to flush a quarterback up. Again, there was a man in his face, so he did the right thing, but the ball, that could have been really bad for the Chiefs if that had been picked off.
No huddle offense for this Chiefs team. Averaged 30 points last year, 188 passing yards, 140 on the ground, 328 total yards per game in 2021. So far, they picked up right where they left off. They run Spatero again. He gets the edge, and he cuts through and gets another. Perfect storm, first down. So the passing game isn't affecting Cavaliers so much as it is
the
this
run.
running of
And
Spataro.
if you watch right here, they seal the edge, and you got number 4 lead block, and Spataro just about burst right through it. But again, great defensive secondary discipline not to abandon their jobs, and they've stopped that from becoming a huge game.
Gentile, the senior, with the tackle. Spataro calling out the signals. Screen in the middle. I think someone that might have tipped it for the Cavaliers might have been Nicotera, who had some pressure on him. And it'll bring up third down now. Second down, excuse me, for the Chiefs.
One thing I observed last Saturday, Bob, we both did 3 scrimmages last week. A lot of teams are coming back to the screen plays, which is, it's kind of like old school. I really thought he was going to go for number 17 because he was locked up one-on-one down here on the wide side of the field. But, you know, Coach P, they've got something brewing, and here we go. Let's see what he's got dialed up this time.
Over the middle, first catch of the night by the tight end, Dupree. He's up for a picture perfect storm renovation first down. So Dakota Dupree getting into it now. Dakota last year 49 catches for 4 touchdowns.
Well, the Holy Cross Crusader bound senior does a nice job. Looks the ball in, secures, then turns upfield. He's a big, strong kid, 240 pounds, so he's going to put a hurting on any of those defensive backs that try to come up and tackle.
It just seems the Chiefs have so many weapons. You have to pick your poison if you're a defense, right?
Absolutely. Okay, let's try to stop Spataro. So now that you got Dupree and Siemens, and then they got Poaches in the backfield. So
a quick little into Schneider. He makes a nice catch. Monahan pulls him down, but still a 5-yard gain.
great athleticism by Pritchett there, number 72 to 6'3", 240-pound defensive end, trying to get up in there, trying to block that ball down. But again, the Chiefs are just so accurate, and this is what they've done all summer long. All the passing scrimmages, I watched them against Abington, and they were just dismantling the Comets that way. Just real easy things, and again, the kids aren't showboating. They just know there's business at hand to be taken care of.
Poaches cuts back. O'Malley with the shoestring type tackle, just short of a first down. So third down coming up inside the Allied Services red zone for Lakeland.
Well, the Lakeland Chiefs, 250 pounds of offensive line versus 238-pound defensive line. They're starting to have their way, reestablishing the line. I would like to just give the outside linebacker from prep slow scrape, because if he had cut back hard to the right, he was gone.
So Walton's the center. He's a starter for a couple years. And so movement up front looked like by the Cavaliers again. And that, let's see who moved first. Each way's pointing each way. Gotta love.
Oh, they always do that.
Football.
And it wasn't. Not me.
Mike Sarah says offsides against the Cavaliers. So that will give the Chiefs a perfect storm first down at the 5-yard line. So first and goal for the Chiefs. Already up 7-0 here in the first quarter. Peppers only run 3 plays tonight and a punt, and they went the wrong way when they had the ball. The defense has been on the field the whole quarter. Swatero waiting for a block, can't get it. Big push, and he scoots in.
Wow, second effort, ladies and gentlemen. That was Dominic Spataro, or Nico Spataro, just taking control and really, really hungry to get into that end zone.
No flags down. And again, the Chiefs convert.
You see they double up on number 53 there, and again, took care of things at the point of attack. But again, Nico just was like, nope, legs pumping, and he got in there.
Reese Tanner, had a sophomore, had him, but he couldn't hold on to the quarterback. So 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns for the Chiefs, and they're making it look pretty easy against this Cavaliers defense. And there you see with 4:13 remaining in the first quarter, Lakeland leads this one 14-0. "12 plays, 65 yards on that drive." And that defense for Prep has to be gassed.
And again, it's still the first quarter, and we have 4 minutes, 13 seconds to go. That makes it a really long night. Right now, Coach Gallagher is probably telling his offense, look, settle down. Look at what we did on 3rd and super long. We got 19 yards back, so we can do it. We just have to settle down and play Cavalier football.
My bad, 10 plays for Lakeland. Got to get back into the swing of things, keeping notes there, Coach.
Hey, we do it all up here. Just like the guys in the trailer, they make us sound and look good.
Speaking of the guys in the trailer, we got hit with some sicknesses this week. A couple people out, but we were able to fill them. So we thank all the guys who maybe weren't scheduled to come tonight for making the trip, and we appreciate everything that you do to make Friday Night Rivals the best telecast in the state. So a high kick off of Weeks's. Tay Weeks coughs it up, and Siemens gets the fumble inside Cavalier territory at the 30-yard line.
Here we go. Watch this. A high pooch kick right in here. Ty Weeks just takes his eyes off it. Again, you never catch it with your shoulder pads. Again, that's just because he was looking downfield, and he knows it. He's frustrated. Now, the defense that's just been gassed has to come back out.
Well, we talk about the depth of the Cavaliers. We're going to have to see it here in the first quarter. I'm sure some guys are going in and out of that offense. They haven't been able to stop them at all. So Lakeland has it inside their own inside the Cavalier territory, at their 30-yard line. So a short field for Spataro. Comes out throwing. Looking for Dupree, long. And it is almost intercepted by Liam Barrett. Great job by the junior to keep his eyes on that ball.
Here we go. Watch the time it has and how cool, calm, and collected Domenico Spataro is back there. Great ball. He everything technique-wise. Look at that. Nice, perfect spiral. And watch this at the end. Okay, there's 3 Cavaliers here. Lakota goes up for it, and what do? The class act, they help each other up. Again, these guys are battling out there every single play, but again, they're being gentlemen.
The only thing I could say is Spataro had his eyes on Lakota the whole time, and obviously the secondary could see that, but we have a flag down evidently. I missed that, so it goes against it was a holding. So a break for the Cavaliers on the incomplete pass. The ball will go back to the 40-yard line and bring up first down and 20. I don't know if I want to give up the down or yards against the Chiefs, right? The way this offense is moving. Going. Okay, so that one, last one, scratch that. We're up to first down again. Inside, Ravinsky. He has room. Gentile comes up to make the grab. It's a gain of 9.
Nice job. They run that little slip screen where the wide receiver comes back inside, and you see the guys, they hit, release downfield. 12 is right there. Siemens waiting for somebody to come out, but again, the Cavaliers, great discipline, good defense. Again, 9-yard gain. They still got 2nd and 11.
Oh, we saw Adam Wormuth, 6'4", 285. Hit number 8, Palmero, is 5'10", 185.
That's the offensive lineman's dream right there. He's going to remember that, unfortunately. Palmero is.
So Prep calls a timeout. Coach Terry Gallagher didn't like what he saw.
Need a fence? Call Fences by Bob. They do it all. New fence installation, existing fence repair, plus porch rails and decks. Call for a free estimate. 570-309-2326.
Probably a good timeout for Scranton Prep. Defense is gas. Give them a little break, settle them down, figure out what the Chiefs are doing.
Well, and again, they actually last week against the Cavaliers scrimmaged East Stroudsburg, and they also scrimmaged Notre Dame Green Pond. Notre Dame Green Pond, for the last 5 years, has put up fantastic offensive numbers, doing the same type of offense that the Chiefs are doing. So they've been prepared for it. You know, it could be maybe they feel that lag of not having London back there, knowing that London could, is the spark plug, is the captain, the team leader, but they know better that they've got to step up and play and do their own jobs.
Four-man rush, Spatero, little bit of pressure, and the Cavaliers get him. Max Schnippis gets his first sack of the season, all the way back at the 38-yard line. A huge play for Scranton Prep.
Great job by this Cavaliers secondary. Again, I would say that was secondary coverage. He had good time, but there was no one to throw to. And watch this nonstop pressure. Schnippis and number 54, they do a great job coming in there. That's Ray Krzyzewski. Do a nice job just closing that cup on the quarterback and collapsing it and getting their first. I don't know if it was first one for Schnippis, would you say, or was it a go? Half a sack on that one. But great pursuit, non-stop by those two defensive ends.
Flag down, delay a game. Delay a game, back to the Chiefs up 5 yards. 3rd and 23 now for the Chiefs.
Well, we know most coaches running a conventional offense, 3rd and 23 means, okay, screenplay or a draw. With the Lakeland Chiefs, this is just another down for them. This is what they do.
Pritchett, Schnippis, and Nicotera, Krzyzewski, the four-man front. 3-man on this play. 3rd down and long. Into the nickel they go for the Cavaliers. Patero under pressure, and the Cavaliers get him again. Keith Pritchett, 6'3", 240 senior, his first sack of the season, and the Cavaliers defense holds. Lakeland forced the punt.
Great job with that Cavaliers secondary. Nowhere to go. Spatero has time, and again, what I liked is Pritchett was very patient. He came in, put the pressure on the offensive tackle on that side. Luke Smurl did a nice job. He's a little light, again, as a senior, 210 pounds, going against 240, 6'3", that size difference, and he was just really patient and got his sack.
So Dupree, who doesn't come off the field, does the punting. Weeks, who had the fumble on the kickoff, is back to return. Let's see if he can redeem himself. Line drive kick. It's going to go over Weeks' head, and it's going to die. So the sophomore having a tough time out there tonight, all the way to the 5-yard line. And Prep now in a hole, but they have the offense back on the field.
Scores from around the league. Berwick 7, Southern Columbia 0, second quarter. Dallas 10-0 over Abington, second quarter. North Schuylkill and Mount Carmel are tied 7-7. Danville 28-0, second quarter over Bloomsburg. Hanover area, new head coach Jason Maggiros is leading 14-0 first quarter over Holy Cross.
So a quarterback switch, we thought we might see this for the Cavaliers. It's the sophomore Lewis Paris, 5'10", 190. Maybe has the stronger arm of the two. Played very well in this scrimmage, and last year we saw him in the freshman, and he had a great freshman year on the freshman team.
He is quite the athlete, and again, I like what coach is doing. They want to, let's get him in there. Maybe he'll be that spark we need to get going.
Well, the defense played well. Let's see if the offense can at least move down the field a little bit here towards the end of the first quarter. A first quarter that 2 of the 3 series for Lakeland scored on.
Touchdowns, yep.
Touchdowns, and that's the score right now, 14-0. Prep offense actually almost going the wrong way. Just about 0 yards gained so far. Again, 4 offensive linemen up front that are brand new. Cam Palmero, that is Quinton's twin brother,
Okay.
Krzyzewski, Gonzalez, and Pritchett, all new offensive linemen. The only returner was the senior, and he's an all-region player, Anthony Nicotera.
6'2", 270 pound, and I'll tell you, what a great captain, what a great leader to be on that offensive line. To take those young guys and say, look, it's okay, we know what our assignments are, let's just do it.
So let's see if the sophomore can do anything. Palmero next to him, probably not, they're going to come out throwing. They're not, little wobbly, but he gets it out to another sophomore, Dickey. Good coverage out there by Spatero. See where they mark it.
Well, Paris are on this play. He's got pressure from Lakota Dupree. You know, your first varsity play, you got a Division I ball player coming at you. So he threw that one a little bit quickly. You know, not perfect technique, but he's just going to settle in and get better.
Last year's freshman team went 10-0 for Scranton Prep.
Well, and we know that.
And Dickey and Lewis were a big part of that. So they go in the I formation. They'll give it off to Quinton. And Quinton has a rough go. Coaches there to make the tackle. A whole other blue jerseys as well. And one more play will be run here in the quarter.
Well, as the Chiefs call them, the tribe made that stop on that defensive series right there.
Yeah.
That last play.
1 yard gain. So the sophomore goes to the sidelines. Billy Pasquilicio gets the play called, and will bring it out on a 3rd down and long now for this Cavaliers offense. Into Schnippis, Wormuth takes him down, and the Cavaliers will punt in the 2nd quarter. Well, the Chiefs at home, telling the state we are here in Double-A now. They lead the Cavaliers of Scranton Prep 14-0 after 1.
Welcome back, where Lakeland leads Scranton Prep 14-0 after the 1st quarter. Joining me now is Toby Grisenza, the owner of NEPA Builders. Toby, thank you for joining us.
Sure, thank you. Thanks for having me.
So this year you started a program called Raising the Roof. Can you tell me a little bit more about Raising the Roof?
Yeah, sure. So Raising the Roof is a give back that we're doing with Fox 56, 84 Lumber Company, and NEPA Builders to give back to a local family in need who needs a roof replaced that can't otherwise afford it.
What inspired you to start this project?
Yeah, so we wanted to get together and do something for our community that was different than your average, food drive or charity or give back. So, being that we're a builder, our team got together and said, maybe giving back a roof is the best thing that we could do for someone that could really use, our help.
It's an incredible cause, a great initiative. How can people at home nominate families for this roof?
Yeah, great question. So if they visit our website, nepabldrs.com, they can go on our page and they'll find their way to the nomination section, and they could nominate a family member or somebody that they know that can really use our help.
Awesome. Toby, thank you so much. It's an incredible thing that you're doing there.
Thank you.
Bob, back to you.
Thank you, guys, and thank you to NEPA Home Builders for joining us tonight. On the field, a negative punt from Sean Monahan, -4, so the Chiefs have it 1st and goal at the Cavaliers' 5-yard lines. And I don't know, things are going pretty bad here for Scranton Prep in the first game of the year. And again, it is the first game.
It is the first game.
But they're making a lot of mental mistakes.
And we always talk about the 3 phases of football: offense, defense, special teams. And right now, none of them are firing.
So Lakota Dupree takes the handoff in for a Lakeland score that ups the lead now 20-0 here in the beginning of the 2nd quarter, and it's all Lakeland here in Chapman Lake.
Lakota Dupree is just a fun kid to be around. He's very polite, very respectful, but right now he went power eye right or left, and he cuts back to the right, and he takes a host of the Cavaliers in with him for that touchdown.
Again, this offense is going to be tough to stop this year. So many weapons for the Chiefs. You don't know who's getting the ball. The offensive line is big and strong, and they expect big things here. I mean, they expect to play Southern Columbia at some point. I mean, we're talking about November. This kick is up and good. We'll get back to that. All Chiefs here at home. We are back. Bob Ide, Jan Cechek, Amanda Kuhl. Opening night of high school football in 2022. Great weather here. I didn't check the radar, but they told me before a storm might be coming, but there's a storm already here, and it's called the Lakeland Chiefs.
Oh,
and
man.
they've used the thunder and the lightning tonight to just dominate a Scranton prep team that, of course, lost London Montgomery, but that's not the can't use that as an excuse.
No, because the defense isn't able to stop the Chiefs. Their special teams have not contributed, or I should say have contributed, to not the Scranton prep Cavalier standard.
Prep will get good field position on this as Andrew Suma just picks it up right near midfield. So let's see if this gets the Cavalier offense going. Of course,
Allied Services is holding a job fair September 14th and September 17th. We are hiring for all positions and have generous sign-on bonuses. Allied Services is the region's leading provider of healthcare, and we want you to be fulfilled in your career.
of course, this prep team last year lost to Weil, missing 35-14. London was knocked out in that game with a separated shoulder, and their offense struggled as well. So far tonight, I have them for 8 plays, just 17 total yards. And a minus on a punt. Paris rolls, and he's taken by Dupree. That's a loss of almost 9 yards. So Lakota Dupree with a couple of TFLs already tonight against Prep.
He just does a nice job playing that outside, gets rid of the running back, and I thought Paris was going to get away from him, but his whole body motion was just messed up, and he dropped him for that tackle for a loss. Wow.
It's one thing playing freshman, it's one thing playing against an all-state player like Lakota Dupree.
And it's a different speed,
totally
just in 1
different.
year.
Little shotgun now. They're going to go to the pass again, and he overthrows Weeks on the outside. So 3rd and long now, facing this Cavalier team.
Again, not having London there, Coach Pasqualiccio now is trying to implement more of a passing game. Again, that was a nice ball, a little bit high. I think Weeks wasn't looking on his turnout, on his cut to get that ball. So, again, just there's going to be those growing pains that the Cavaliers are going to have with all these young kids playing.
3rd and long, Paris back, has time, goes straight down the middle, he overthrows Weeks again, it's picked off. Patero just playing center field, easily pulls it in. And he's knocked out of bounds inside Cavalier territory at the 40-yard line. A 50-yard gain after the interception.
Well, some coaches would be saying right now, well, that's as good as a punt, but guess what? That's that momentum thing when you got a brand new sophomore quarterback. You looked where he was going, just overthrew it. And again, that Nico Spatero is like, thank you. And again, look at all the blue jerseys downfield blocking for him. And smartly runs out of bounds so he doesn't have to take any extra hits.
Spatero last year in a couple of good games against Carbondale, he threw for 239 yards and 3 touchdowns. And tonight, though, he's been using his legs more. He's going to look left, and he's got 4 receivers to go to, and it's tipped at the line of scrimmage again. Good job by the Cavaliers. Putting pressure on him up front.
I'll tell you what, those big guys up there for the prep defense, 238 pounds. I'll tell you, 6'2", 6'1", 6'1", 6'3". That's going to be a tough order to throw over.
And that's what prep has to do. They have to put pressure on the quarterback. Their secondary was tested last week in that scrimmage, and they're young.
Yep,
but
they did okay.
They have to figure it out.
But they didn't have the Notre Dame and East Stroudsburg don't have the quality of skill kids that Lakeland has.
So here we go. Scranton Prep this year, moves up. New classifications.
Yes.
Also new divisions for the Lackawanna Football Conference. Prep now in the bigger division with the Scrantons, the Delaware Valleys, the Valley Views, North Pocono, Wallenpaupack, and Abington Heights.
And I understand why they do that. When you're successful like Prep has been over the years, you know what? Let's get them going. They're a Group 3 school now. Now they're going to be going against 5A, 6A schools, and if they're successful, they could have one or two losses. But those power points against those big schools it's going to negate that.
Lakeland in Division 2. It's a mixture of Division 2 from last year and part of Division 3 from last year as well. The Dunmores are in there, of course, the new divisions. Mm-hmm. So the Lackawanna Football Conference goes to new divisions, and so does the Wyoming Valley Conference.
Yes, they did.
And we'll see Berwick next week just down the road at Valley View. We're not sleeping here. Don't worry. We're not. We're going home. We'll come back to Valley View. So the Cougars also tonight facing a Wyoming Valley Conference foe in Crestwood. Siemens, jet sweep, gets to the outside. He has some speed. Gets a block. Going to be tough to catch. And Siemens in for another Lakeland touchdown. This time, 40 yards. Here you see it again, Coach.
This is crazy. Watch Lakota downfield. All of a sudden, boom, just again, pancakes a kid, and that speed that Siemens has, wow. He turns the afterburners on for another touchdown for the Chiefs.
Well, it's top of the 200, 100. Medaled in states, and this Chiefs offense, unstoppable tonight. 5 series, they scored on 4 of them. They're about to add the extra point from Janoski. He's going to have to ice his leg. And that's no good, but it remains 27-0. A 40 yards.
They just go with that. Look at this. They get all those blue jerseys downfield. They seal the defensive line. He's already into the secondary. And again, he's got 4 blue jerseys lead blocking for him, and he just cuts back. And wow, they have a lot of talent on the Chiefs team. Coach Boracek does a tremendous job. He was talking to me about his 7th grade program, 7th and 8th grade, where they have 39 kids combined, and he's really excited about the future for the Chiefs. But right now, we're living in the present, and his Chiefs are doing a tremendous job against a very well coached and a very good team of Scranton Prep.
Yeah, Dave, his 4th season, he's 20-9 coming in. They won the District 2 AAA title 2 years ago. We were here for that. And then last year, they ended up losing to Wyoming area. We were here for that too. Just in the semifinals for AAA. So, they have work that they want to accomplish. They have goals, and one of the goals is division, districts, states, state championship.
I think nothing short of getting into the state final game, because we don't know what the western part of the state has in store. But that's what their goal is.
And we know Southern Columbia is going to be very good. We'll have them against Mount Carmel late in the year. Another pop kick, but this has been working. It's a live ball. Still alive. And it looks like the Chiefs have it. Prep has not done anything to combat that high kick from Lakota Dupree. And they do. 2 fumbles on the kick, and the Cavalier defense just cannot get off the field.
Wow. Again, all he's doing is pooch kicking it. I mean, it's not, he didn't do onside. This is what they've done now 4 times, and it's working for them. Whether or not, I'm not sure what's going on with the Prep receiving team, but again, they're trying to get something going. And again, look at the blue jerseys. They're just down there, and you can tell that they are starving. They are not just hungry, Bob. They are starving to beat Scranton Prep tonight.
Aiden Calleron was the only Prep guy that could have got the ball, but number 31 got blocked down, and this offense already with 4 touchdowns on the board. This time they have it at the Cavalier 25. Same play as the touchdown. Siemens on the jet sweep.
Nice job.
This time Gentile reads it. He comes up, shoestring tackle, gain of 1.
Nice job by Gentile there from his free safety spot. He was able to see that running play develop, and he just cut right through that line and dropped them for I was going to say a loss, but just a very short game. Here you go, right here. Great job with our replay crew. Look at that, Gentile, nice job. Great job wrapping with the legs. Prep right now is just looking to make sure that the Chiefs don't score.
Poaches, keeping it on the ground. Good job by Schnippes getting off his block. He makes the tackle. 3rd down and long now facing Lakeland.
Wow, Schnippes does, again, a nice job. 72 turns it back in there. He couldn't reach to the outside. And again, Schnippes does an excellent job coming from his linebacker position.
2-year starter, had 54 tackles last year, 3.5 sacks and 6 TFLs. He also played a little bit when he was a freshman. Big kid, as you mentioned. So 3rd down, 4 receivers in there. Dupree comes to the near side. 3-man rush. Spataro over the middle, and he's got his receiver. That's Dupree, and he's close to a 1st down. They move the chains, and they're inside the Allied Services red zone one more time is Lakeland.
If we could get a replay of that, I would like all the young kids out there that play football. Thank you, guys. Watch Lakota Dupree's concentration on this and make sure both feet are in bounds. First ball security, 1-2. And then he knew he was going to get hit, and he fell forward for an extra yard.
As I said, so many weapons on this team for the Chiefs. Dupree last year against Carbondale had 4 catches for 58 yards, a couple touchdowns. That was his high. Siemens from the backfield picks up a block from Schneider. He's up near the 10. Gain of 6. Again, this offense approaching nearly 200 yards in the first half.
And we still have...
Prep doesn't even have 25.
And we're just under 8 minutes to go, so wow. I'm going to have to ask Coach Powarchek what these signals mean. He's got these nice signs with, who knows, I have no idea what that means. A smiley face and sunglasses, you know.
Dupree 101 to the outside. So Terrell just going to run it, try to get a block. Pritchik comes back to make the tackle, but I think it's going to be a perfect storm 1st down. 1st and goal, Lakeland in the inside the Allied Services red zone at the 5.
Well, and Bob, you alluded to this, that they have so many weapons. Now that time, Lakota was just like it was the previous play, one-on-one on the outside. The free safety was starting to cheat over. So again, whether Nico audible to that to keep it, it's just really neat to see how these guys have evolved and how efficient they are on the offensive side of the ball.
Again, this comes off a fumble on a kick again, 2nd time tonight. So Terrell behind the offensive line. Prep's going to fight. No whistle. Gets a push, and he's going to be just short, maybe a yard.
Wonder if they're going to put Lakota back in the backfield on this play.
You see the Cavalier defense, front line, all with hands on their hips already. They've had to take a lot on here in this first half of the opening game of the 2022 season.
Well, I'll tell you, the Chiefs have really been brutal up front. They are really playing a physical game, and that defensive line has got to be winded at this point.
2nd and goal. Spataro. Not given, no signal. There's the whistle. He did not make it. So 3rd down coming up.
Well, the Cavaliers went to their goal line defense, which is like a 6-2. And what you usually tell your 2 guys that are playing the A-gaps, which is the right side of center, left side of center, do a submarine technique, which means really get low and explode up in there so there's no hole. And they did a tremendous job that time, making sure Spataro couldn't do anything with the linebackers coming in. Wow, Coach I just showed me some scoring. Berwick 14, Southern Columbia 0. Hazleton 15-8 over Pittston. Valley View just got on the scoreboard 7-0 over Crestwood in the 2nd quarter. We have a timeout called.
Timeout? Amanda with her first smile cam of the year. Who do you have, Amanda?
All right, guys, I have your Dr. Todd Smile Cam. Joining me now is Bea and all her friends from Lakeland. Bea, is there anything you want to say?
Go Lakeland!
All right, guys, give some big cheers and show those smiles.
Go Lakeland!
All right, Bob, this is Lakeland's next generation of football players and cheerleaders.
Well, if they're as good as tonight, they're going to be pretty good. They're going to be pretty good. Dr. Todd Pachevsky, thank you for sponsoring Friday Night Rivals. And, you know, people had Berwick pegged, right? And they said, but watch Berwick. They have a tough defense. If they can get their offense going, so far, 14-0 over the defending state champs in AA. That's pretty good.
And you want to talk about a Friday night rivalry, Columbia County.
Oh, yeah.
Right there. I mean, the battle for Columbia County bragging rights. Coach Bennett down there, first-year head coach, you know, very, very modest when we spoke to him at the media day. He spoke highly of his kids, how hard they've been working, and if this is an indication of what he's done to change the program and get it going, he's hitting on all cylinders.
Again, we'll have Berwick Valley View next week down at the Cougar Den in Peckville. We had that game last year, too, and Valley View dominated that
big
one.
time.
21-0. So right here, 3rd and 1, 3rd and goal for the Chiefs. And I think we're going to, some movement up front. They took way too long. So back them up 5. They're just taking some time off the clock or something.
And we saw Spatero went a little bit wider that time, as opposed to trying to go to the A gap. He was going to the B gap, which is guard tackle gap. So
all you're doing is giving prep defense a rest.
Well, they're doing a nice job of rotating players in and get those fresh legs in there. And again, now that they've backed up 5, they can't go into that goal line defense. Well, no, he's going to go with it. He's got his inside backers up on the line. You don't know if they're going to blitz or not.
Trips to the left. Poaches switches sides, and he's moving. Timeout. Coach Boarchik not happy with something. So bring up 3rd and goal still inside the Allied Services red zone. It's 27-0 Lakeland. There you see Coach Dave, 34-19 over the last 5 seasons are the Chiefs. Coach Powarchik, pretty good himself over that time, 20 wins. And there you see Scranton Prep Terry Gallagher, very impressive as the coach.
And congratulations to Coach Gallagher. Him and his wife, they had a baby on Saturday.
Friday.
Oh, Friday, baby
Friday.
son. Okay, I thought it was Saturday morning when we didn't see him
Friday,
there.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 50-8 over the last couple years. They won the District 2 AAA championship last year. If they're a couple years off, but before that they won like 4 in a row. So you know this is a program built for success. Started by Nick Donato's on the radio near us, and then Terry Gallagher, of course, was the defensive coordinator for Nick. But he's got his work cut out for him this year. I mean, there's talent, but they need experience, as we can see tonight.
And they're young, so.
So, got to make a clock adjustment first. Not us. We're not.
Oh
doing
no,
the
we
clock
don't do
here.
that.
No.
We do a lot, Bob, but you know that's not one of them.
No, we're not going to not do the clock here yet. Anyway, we've been here enough, right?
But yeah, yes we were.
But we are looking for another great season here on MyTV WQMY. 13 games and all will take you right to through the district playoffs. We'll head to District 4 a couple times this year. See Danville, Loyalsock, Mount Carmel, and Southern Columbia. That should be a great one. As well as the Wyoming Valley Conference. So, little delay. 3rd and goal still for the Chiefs. If you're still with us. Matero's going to lay it up and lay it in, and it's caught. Touchdown, Kevin Schneider. With a 5-yard pass and catch. And the Chiefs extend their lead. Spataro, part of a lot of them tonight.
All they do is they just have him doing a quick out. The outside guys were doing drags coming in, post patterns to clear that out, and that just allowed the Snyder to get one-on-one, and he had great position and a great ball by Nico Spataro for a touchdown.
Janowski, the extra point. Spataro, the holder. 5:19 left here in the first half. All Chiefs here, and Cavaliers get in that. 33-0 is the score.
Here's the touchdown again. You see that good blocking protection up front. And again, they just clear it out one-on-one, and he just had that outside shoulder ready for it. Nice job. Well, if Coach Borchik's going in halftime, at least he knows one thing that they've got to improve upon right now, and that's their special teams with their extra point, because that's going to come back and haunt them at some point in the year if they keep missing them.
Well, there's always things to clean up between week 1 and week 2. We'll see a different team from the Scranton Prep later on in the year.
Oh, sure.
And the Chiefs will be improved as well as they go through the schedule. But, you know, a lot of first game jitters on both sides. The experience, the seniors, they know what to expect. And some young guys in prep making some mental mistakes. That's all it is.
It's all, and it's, again, these are high school kids. And I'm saying kids. They are young men, but they're kids. And when you have the type of players, the skill players that the Chiefs have, they're making it look very easy. But again, they've been together for 3 and 4 years playing.
So Dupree has not kicked it deep all night long. He's been just pooching it. 2 times the Cavaliers have coughed it up. Let's see what they do again. Again, it's a high kick. You could do a fair catch if you want. Liam Baird pulls it in. He's got a gap. Baird has some running room. Taken down by Lakota Dupree, and the Cavaliers will start inside Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line.
Bill's Auto Body is a proud sponsor of high school football. Bill's Auto Body can take care of all your collision needs. No collision job is too big or too small. Call us today, 570-397-6138, or visit us at 10 River Street in Carbondale. Bill's Auto Body, we meet by accident.
So the senior Monahan is back in at quarterback, as Paris, the sophomore, wasn't able to complete a pass. They'll go back to the running game, and it's Monahan to the outside. Stumbles and falls right near the 40, a gain of 8. If not, if he stayed on his feet, he would have had a first down.
Well, and smartly, you know, he was heading towards the sideline because, again, don't take any unnecessary hits. And Monahan, we see right now, that's the other threat that he has. He's got great wheels on him. Again, nice job with the RPO. Really delayed that, had the defense flowing to the right, and he cuts back to the left.
Cavaliers will love a drive here towards the end of the first half, which give them some kind of positive motion. Run blitz. Palmero, he shoots through, coughs it up. Schnippis picks it up. Lucky break for Prep. 34 was right there, and they will have a first down.
Well, that's what Prep needs right now. Not the fumble, but the way that they're going. They went with an unbalanced line, then they pulled their guard tackle to the right, unbalanced left, and then they pulled it to the right to overload, and they got a nice burst, nice acceleration there. More importantly, Bob, they got that key first down.
Yeah, they keep it perfect storm first down. They'll go back to the I formation. Romero holds on to the ball. Yard gain, no gaps in that line for the Prep runner to get through.
Now, Lakeland's changed their defense now because they went into, you know, a more traditional offense with the odd backfield. They went from their 3-4 to a 4-man front, and they had whip safety that time, Nico Spataro, that actually forced them back in to where all his help is.
How about this for Lakeland last year? 92 tackles for a loss in the season. 23 sacks, and they returned most of that here in 2022. Fake the jet sweep. The quarterback has room. Monahan takes a hit, and he's up for a perfect storm first down. Gain of 15 to the 21. Prep now starting to get something going with the running game.
And this is what they're going to need. This is a nice job. The RPO, and he just cut back because they over pursued, and there was just a lot of room up in the middle. Now, Prep, if they can punch it in now, they know they're going to get the ball to start second half.
Empty backfield now. Dickey in motion. It's time they give it to Barrett. He's trying to get a block. He has the quickness to get to the outside. He gets the corner, cuts it back, and he has a gain of about 5 inside the Allied Services red zone to the 5. And this we'll see some of Liam Barrett. He had a nice game last year at Wyomissing.
Explosive runner. He's got good speed to him, good burst. And again, look, he just got to the outside, and they're making things happen now. Bob, I mentioned earlier about those 2 missed extra points. In the second half, if they were up 35-0, mercy rule.
Under 2 to play here in the first half. Barrett gets out of the grasp. He was in the Wildcat, and it'll be 3rd and short now, about 3. No gain on the play. So they go to the box of tricks a little bit.
Yeah, they do. And watch this misdirection. He fakes that quick toss to the left, cuts back inside, but Lakota Dupree not having it. But again, where's his teammates? They come up eventually. And again, they're lucky that Liam Barrett didn't sneak out of there.
Andrew Gelderman, number 44, the junior, with the tackle. Palmero gets a block from Snippets. Puts his head down inside the 10 to the 9. Perfect storm first down for the Cavaliers. More importantly, looks like 1st and goal.
And again, Snyder came up from his cornerback position, and Palmero just pushed him down and out of the way. Nice job, number 54, lead blocking up inside.
That's
Nothing
the last
there.
play.
Oh,
That's the last play for
I'm
Barrett.
sorry, that was prior.
That's all right. Under a minute to play. Not sure how many timeouts Prep has. Quick toss to Palermo. Palermo with some running room. Puts his head down to the 4. Clock rolling, and they finally call timeout. 32 seconds left. Prep knocking on the door. 2nd down from the 4. Prep, I think they used 2 in the first quarter on defense.
They did.
This might be the last one in this half.
And then on the scoreboard, of course, their side where it says guest timeouts, there's nothing lit up.
So, what do you do here if you're Prep? If you run the ball, the clock might run out. You run something back.
Right now,
you got to pass it.
I think he's going to go to their sideline, short side of the field, try to get to the sideline. Again, we just saw Palmero can run the ball. He's got good burst, good speed in there, and he's got nice strength. So, unbalanced right.
Well, coming up at the Toyota halftime report, we'll check in what you're going to see on the Fox 56 News 1st to 10 coming up. Amanda has special guests, courtesy of Allied Services. Jan and I will be back to check in on some highlights, and we'll also check in with the check presentation, courtesy of Allied. They'll hand it off to the inside, no running room. They tried to sneak Palermo in. Prep has to get up quickly and spike it, or run a play.
Coach Pascalicio, he probably had 2 plays called.
Toss, Palermo. Palermo puts his head down. Touchdown, Prep. 10 seconds left in the half. Palermo punches it in. 48-yard drive for the Cavaliers.
Again, this time they just go toss right. The fullback does a nice job in there. Take it on number 64 to pinch him inside. which sprung Palermo to the outside.
9 plays on that for the Cavaliers off the short field. Raymond Rinaldi in for the PAT. Monahan the holder. Prep on the board before the half. Has to give them a little momentum, maybe, a little positivity going into the half. And the kick is up, and it is through. Nice little drive from the Cavaliers to end the half, but still a big deficit for the Cavaliers to get back in the second half.
Big uphill battle, but knowing that you just punched it in, there's confidence now. Here we go. Great camera view right here. You get to see everybody for the Cavaliers down block it. Everybody takes a step to the right. They seal it, and they punch it in for a touchdown.
He just got the ball in. I think he fell on Pochus, and that kept the knee from going down. So one thing you don't want to do now is give the Chiefs the ball real quick and any time left. No, seriously.
You're absolutely. And
Prep will get the ball to begin the second half.
Now, in a situation like this, I'm sure Coach Gallagher and the coaching staff, they work on things like this. All coaches do. Where, okay, let's kick the ball. Let's squib it down. So, again, once it's contacted, you can't get a solid return.
Give them a little extra time tonight. It's humid here. I got a rain alert at 8:34 coming, so we'll see what that means.
Okay.
Hopefully it's not a thunderstorm.
No, go away. Rain, go away.
And we are used to prep and rain. If you joined us last year, we saw the Valley View
Sideways
game,
rain.
the sideways rain. Rinaldi will tee it up. And see what he's going to do with 10 seconds left in the half. A half really dominated by the Chiefs, except for the Prep's last score. They were able to spread the ball around. Spatero used his legs, his arm. Dupree caught a couple. Pochus punched one in.
Snyder, there you go.
There's the squib. Siemens from his 20. He can get to the outside, but Dickey, a nice tackle by the sophomore to stop that.
Nice job.
With 5 seconds left.
And I'm sure Coach right now, Coach P is just going to tell the kids, take a knee. We're fine, 33-7.
Might be their worst starting field position of the night.
Well,
for the Chiefs.
They need some work then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lakeland, again, it's good for them to get this down. And again, I don't think Coach is going to run a play, but that's why I'm up here, Bob.
Well, Dupree's pretty big. And Siemens fast. They'll take a knee. So that will do it. We're at the half here at Chapman Lake. All Chiefs in this one. They lead the Cavaliers going into the half 33-7. Coming up here on my TV, it is the Toyota halftime report as Amanda will try to grab Coach Pawarchik and get his take on the first half. He's talking some stuff over. He's not all that happy, even though he's up 33-7.
No, you're never happy. You can't be satisfied, especially with a team like Scranton Prep.
Okay, let's go down to Amanda with Coach Dave. Amanda?
All right, Coach, how would you describe your team's performance in the first half?
You know, I couldn't be more happier than what we came out and did this afternoon. We really executed. You know, the kids were on top of their game, and that's all I could ask for as a coach.
What's the message to the boys at half?
We can't quit. Scranton Prep is still a great team, and they have the capabilities of coming back, so we can't stop. We got to keep going.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Bob, back to you.
Okay, coming up, it's the Toyota halftime report. And then Jan and I will be back at the break. 33-7 is the score here on Friday Night Rivals.
You're watching Allied Services Friday Night Rivals, presented by Tom Hesser Dealerships on MyTV WQMY.
Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals. It's halftime on MyTV WQMI. Amanda Cool here, joined by Rita Kukta, the Director of Nursing at Allied Skilled Facility. Rita, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Rita, how long have you worked here at Allied?
I've worked here at Allied for almost 20 years. I actually started my career at Allied as a certified nurse's aide and took advantage of the tuition reimbursement program here at Allied and became a nurse and was able to further my career.
can you talk to me about what inspired you to move up in your nursing career and go from an aide to where you are now?
Sure. When I started my nursing career as a certified nurse's aide, I really fell in love with direct care and patient care down at the facility. I knew then that's what I wanted to do with the rest of my life, and was able to utilize the tuition reimbursement program to complete my career and become an RN, eventually become a unit manager at Allied, and then assistant director of nursing, and now the director of nursing down at Skilled.
Through Allied, you were able to get some help with your tuition. Can you tell me about the tuition reimbursement program?
Sure. We have an excellent tuition reimbursement program here at Allied that is still being offered, as well as a scholarship program. So typically, if anybody wants to pursue their nursing career or become a CNA, we do offer $3,000 a year tuition reimbursement, as well as the benefit of an Allied scholarship as well.
We could tell how passionate you are about working here at Allied. So why is it so special to be a nurse that works here?
What's special to me about Allied is we work as a team. There's a group effort with patient care from admission to discharge, and you really need that, especially now going through COVID. The last 2 years has been very challenging for everybody, and it's wonderful to be able to work with such a great, dedicated, caring, and compassionate group of clinicians, therapists. That really makes my day, going home every day knowing that we really made a difference in patients' lives.
And can you tell me, what is the one thing that is the most rewarding thing for you about working here?
The most rewarding thing for me is knowing that, as I said, we truly make a difference. When we go home knowing that that patient or their family member received the best quality of care they could have received, that brings me to joy.
So for any other nurses that are watching, are there any available positions here at Allied right now?
Oh, absolutely. We have RN positions available. We have LPN positions available. We do offer, many packages right now. We offer sign-on bonuses as well as loan forgiveness.
Awesome. Well, Rita, thank you so much for being here and sharing all that information with us. We'll be right back with more football here on MyTV WQMY.
I'm Bill Conaboy. I'm President and CEO of Allied Services Integrated Healthcare System. On behalf of our 3,500 employees, we are thrilled to once again be a sponsor of Friday Night Rivals. I grew up in this community, and I know what high school football means to this community. We wish all the parents, the students, and the staff the best of luck in the coming football season.
And on behalf of Allied Services, we are happy to give the Lakeland School District and Athletic Director Brian Wagner a donation of $250. We'll be doing that every week. And we thank the Lakeland Chiefs for having us one more time here in Chief Country. Come back inside the booth now. Bob Ide and Jan Sechak in Lakeland. 6 possessions, 5 touchdowns, and they looked really unstoppable in that first half.
Offensively, they were unstoppable. Defensively, they like a Tupperware. They just had them sealed tight. Their special teams, that's the only thing I would say they would need to improve upon.
Scranton Prep, meanwhile, didn't look very good until the last possession of the first half.
I guess we could say nerves, having 4 new offensive linemen up there. They dug themselves in the grave, and the first series with 2 back-to-back penalties, not having London Montgomery. And so, they struggled, and it proved that they're human.
3 turnovers in that first half. They've run only 19 plays for 46 yards, and meanwhile, 167 total yards, 28 plays for Lakeland. Really, that's the difference. The Cavaliers' defense has been on the field too long, and why not? That Chiefs' offense is very, very good.
They're very potent, and they were just doing so many different things to so many different athletes, so you couldn't stop just one guy.
Well, let's take a look at some first-half highlights. Let's go down to the truck, and again, as we mentioned, Evan Poches gets the thing started right on the first series of the game. He takes it in.
Look at that. I mean, just gets it in there, seals it. Now, Spatero, great second effort in there. The offensive line stalemate, and he squeezed it through for a touchdown, too. Now, let's go to the air. Nico Spatero, great time by that offensive line. And Okay, that was a highlight film there for the defensive ends from Scranton Prep.
Well, Prep defense did play well. They had 2 sacks in a row in the one series. That's where the only punt of the first half from Lakota Dupree and the Chiefs. But the Chiefs had a couple squib kicks that were fumbled. They turned those into points, and there you saw Dupree took one in. And then their defense came up pretty big as Spataro had an interception.
And again, great field position here. They do a nice job. I mean, look at the blue jerseys downfield. Again, they have a total team concept going. Here we go, quick toss. Siemens showing his speed. Great blocking downfield. And again, watch this how he goes. 40 yards, and he cuts back for that touchdown, turns the afterburners on when he needs them. Spataro now looking downfield, and we talked about that. Great textbook right there, reception.
And then Kevin Schneider gets into the act.
Okay, so who do you want to shut down? Lakota? Do you want to shut down Snyder? Siemens? Who? Now, this is the young man we talked about that has
Palermo.
Big shoes to fill. And again, London's not there, but you know what? We talked to him last week, and he just said, I just want a chance, and he's getting it. And he's proven he punched it in. That series prior to that, or during that series, he had some great runs, tough runs to get first downs.
So the Cavaliers got on the board with 10 seconds left in the half. They get the ball to begin the second half. Both teams not on the field quite yet, but when we return, they will be in. We'll have the second half here on My TV, WQMY.
You're watching Allied Services Friday Night Rivals, presented by Tom Hesser Dealerships on My TV WQMY.
Cavaliers taking the field. They'll get the ball first to begin the second quarter. And what did Terry Gallagher probably tell his kids at halftime?
I'm not sure if he actually told them. He probably really emphasized it very loudly that this is not what's expected. This is not the expectations we've ever had. It is up to you now to do your jobs. Get out there and it's that simple. Do your job. This is a good team. We can play with them. We can stop them. And now we just have to build. We drove down right before half, have a touchdown. We get the ball back. Let's just do ball security. Just the little things right now.
Well, probably starting with the kickoff might help.
It would.
Again, just not fumbling that kickoff after Lakota Dupree pooches it.
And it wasn't that, like I said, you might catch them with that onside kick, but they've done this each time. After the first one, you think, okay, are they going to do it again? And they did, and they did, and they did. 5 times, and they've hurt themselves twice with it. So now it's up to them to just start to play football. And I think Coach Pawarchik, on the other hand, was probably telling his kids, look, we got a second half. You have a very good team, and he alluded to that they are a very good, well-coached team, well-disciplined, that they've got to play, another 24 minutes of football. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Anything is happening down at Crispin Field. Take a look at the WQMY schedule for the season, or for the next 3 games, I should say. And next week, Berwick is in a lightning delay down there. They lead Southern Columbia 14-0. Garrett Garcia, all-state linebacker, out injured. Valley View hanging on against a very good Crestwood team, which we kind of expected. Well, Paul Pack is winning. Wilkes-Barre is tied with Scranton. That should be a good one as we open up the Wolf Pack den. I don't know what they're calling it, but that sounds like a good thing.
I like that. Let's coin that, Bob.
Yeah, let's then. And then we'll go ahead to District 4. The 2 of the top 3 teams in AAA out there, Danville and Loyal Sock, will meet at Loyal Sock. Danville, very good. Loyal Sock has a great runner in Hill as well, and 2 tough teams out there looking for playoffs.
Danville right now has taken their opponent to the woodshed. It was 33-0 last time I checked. Yeah, with Bloomsburg. So, Coach Brendan down there, he won the state championship down when he was at MCA Mount Carmel, and he knows what it takes to win, and he's got all the pieces this year. So they're going to be making some noise.
Absolutely. And then we'll, for the full schedule, you can go to fox56.com. We have it there. Mount Carmel on the way against Southern Columbia. We have Old Forge and Lackawanna Trail. That's later in the season.
That's always a bitter rivalry right there.
That is. And then we have a couple games at the end of the season we're looking forward to. What those are. So the Chiefs just have to keep the pace, just keep doing what they're doing. Cavaliers, they got to show something on offense. to begin this third quarter, you would think.
Well, right now, they're going to have to lean on that big offensive line they have. And again, Anthony Nicotero, the 6'2", 270-pound senior, he's got to start taking charge with the younger guys and maybe get fired up, get in their faces and say, look, man, let's go. We can do this. You're big, strong, and we can do this.
Saw two quarterbacks for Scranton Prep. Lewis, the sophomore, had a sack. Wasn't able to do any completions. Monahan started. Then his legs got him some positive yardage for the Cavaliers. So they'll lean on that, I'm sure, in the second half. Meanwhile, Spatero has 82 yards passing. Siemens with that long run, little Dakota Dupree with a nice catch. You saw that in the highlights. And Snyder, again, with a touchdown. So a lot of weapons for the Chiefs. And, you have to be impressed with the defense, too.
Oh, they've
been
done
on the field.
They've done a great job containing the Cavaliers. And again, I know we talked about this all last year, from January on, Bob, when we had our conversations about London Montgomery, how special of an athlete he is. And, not having to defend him makes everyone's job just a little bit easier.
Of course, the Chiefs haven't beaten Prep since 2010, so on their way to that possibly. Prep's offense trying to look forward to getting the ball. Weeks is deep, but they really have overloaded now. They've adjusted to the pooch. So he kicks it a little bit deeper. Gives it to Barron. Barron took it from his 30. Out to the 43. So that's where the Cavalier offense will start. Ravinsky with the tackle.
Hey, do you need a fence? Call Fences by Bob. They do it all. New fence installation, existing fence repair, plus porch rails and decks. Call for a free estimate, 570-309-2326. Bob's Fence.
So here come the Cavaliers. It will be Monahan, the senior, coming out to start the second half. I formation. Schnippis, the fullback. Give it to Palermo. And Lakeland was ready. Andrew Gilliman, the linebacker, shoots in for a tackle for a loss.
Well, Palermo's brother Cam, number 55, and Ray Koshevsky, the left guard, they both pull on this play. And again, the line just collapsed. They didn't get the wash down from the center, right guard or right tackle, and they just clogged it up there and dropped them for a 3-yard loss.
This may be the biggest line they see all year. Seriously, I know they're going to play some big schools, but this line is pretty big from Lakeland.
Athletic, too.
Yes.
And that's the key right now. Their hips are beating their hips.
And they try to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and they do. So 3rd and long now facing the Cavaliers.
What I was starting to say right before that play started was, as a defensive line coach, you always taught your defensive linemen, your hips have to beat the offensive lineman's hips. So that means you have to have constant hands and feet moving. And they've done that to reestablish the line. Even though they're getting stalemated up on that last play for a very short gain, still 3rd and 10. Coach Pasqualiccio is really working tonight, trying to figure something out, dial something up for the Cavaliers.
Again, this is an offense that scored 40 points per game last year. But they're without London Montgomery. Monahan back, takes a big hit. Gain of about 1, and the Cavaliers will be forced to punt. A lot of pressure there from the blue jerseys.
I mean, Luke Smurl, 5'10", 210 pound. He's the lightest guy up there on the defensive line. And you'll see how the defensive ends, they are really flushing them out. They sent linebacker number 4 in there. And again, the pressure, there was nowhere for him to run, and the Chiefs really playing solid defensive responsibility gave him nothing, a 1-yard gain.
Monahan had a -4 punt in the first half. Hopefully now we're looking for a better punt here. Nice, a little bit better. Kicks it away from Siemens, not deep and long, but does the job. It goes out of bounds at the 28-yard line. So Spatero back onto the field, 82 passing yards, has spread the ball around. He's run the ball well. And number 1, having a nice night. Coming in, he had 3,285 total yards through the air for his career, 39 touchdowns, just 13 interceptions.
And again, with this offense, he really has become such a threat. We saw him his sophomore year. He had his brother in the backfield, you know, a great running back that he leaned on, and he's progressed really now to be such a threat at the QB position in this offense.
Chiefs from the 28. Poaches gets into the linebackers. O'Malley with the tackle, and also Reese Tanner, the sophomore.
I love that power play that they just ran. Adam Wormuth, 285 pounds. Oh, and let's throw Dakota in there, Dupree in there. Holy smokes, they just kicked the living defensive end out down the line, and that just opened it up inside for him. Nice run.
Travis Sharple's in there, a sophomore, on the defensive line. Poaches again, and not much running room there on second down. Mick O'Malley helps up Poaches. This is where the Cavaliers need to get off the field on third down.
Brought down by Tanner and O'Malley again. Game really brings up 3rd and 2.
Poaches last year, 155 total yards, just 22 carries. He will be the featured back this year. He's a senior. Spataro trying to get to the outside, gets a block, and he has a figure law first down. Into the secondary goes Nico. Barrett finally gets him inside the 25-yard line.
And he's cramping right now. If we get the replay, I want you to watch Evan Poaches on this. Again, we talk about a team effort, and we say, do your job. Watch how he comes downfield. Again, you'll see there, he's right there, and he's kicking out and giving that lane to Spataro to cut back.
42-yard gain, and as you mentioned, yeah, it's hot and humid here, and Spataro off the Barrett tackle is down. And you mentioned it's time for cramps.
It is. Stay hydrated,
Yep.
and again, 42-yard burst. It's going to happen. Here we go. Look at this. Again, Post is right there. That's what sprung it. Again, he had a great block on number 8, Quentin Palmero on Scranton Prep. And again, the junior linebacker got pushed out. And again, Spataro just cut right back inside. Great vision, great feet. Now we got to find out who the backup quarterback is.
Yeah, you're right. That's what I was thinking.
It
might be Lakota.
It could be, but David Nanowitz is listed, and he's a freshman. But
we'll
I don't
see.
think they're going to go with that.
I would be shocked if it's not Siemens or Dupree.
All right, and Coach Porchik's going, okay, we're going to go Wildcat. Take it easy.
Yeah.
Lakota just, you know.
Again, Lakeland competing Lackawanna Football Conference Division II this year. He runs off.
That's good to see. Again, you know, when you get that cramp in there, it's just that you feel that knot moving up in your calf. Not a fun experience, but again, he's got to take one play off. And again, being up 33-7, they might give him the rest of this quarter off. I'm not sure.
Well, it is Nanowitz, the freshman. 6'3" kid. Hands it off to Poaches. Nicotera says, not tonight. Right to the line of scrimmage. I think maybe, yep, they're going to move the chain a yard, so 1 yard gain.
Again, now, again, we're not going to talk a one-dimensional team right now because I'm sure Dave Nanowitz has gotten into the past scrimmages. He's been put in there with the varsity guys just because he has to. with the next man up mentality, all these coaches instill in the players, it's up to him to be ready to go.
Well, Nanowit's a very good lacrosse player, I can tell you that. Great athlete, good baseball player, and excellent football player as well. So all-around talented athlete at quarterback. And he's going to throw. And he's going to go down the middle and overthrows Schneider. Tipped by Gentile.
Nice ball, but boy, his vision was locked in on Snyder. If he would have looked to Siemens was wide open. And again, he's a freshman, first game. So this is a nice ball. Look at that. He steps in.
Well, there's the future, folks, in the Chiefs, and it looks pretty good. Nice ball downfield. And as you mentioned, if he had turned his eyes to the right a little bit, he would have had Siemens. But, you know, you'll see film and go from there.
He's a freshman. He's going to learn so much.
So 3rd and long now facing the Chiefs from the 21. And
not delay a game because there was 5 seconds left. 12 men on the field.
Nope, wave the flag. Now reset the clock to 25. We're still in the 3rd quarter here, 7:06. Prep had 1 possession here in the 3rd. 3 and out, and Lakeland now trying to put it on the board. Ravinsky on that little bubble screen to the wide receiver. He has a figure law first down. Gentile rips it away. He's at the 10. Chiefs again inside the Allied Services red zone. 1st and goal, Lakeland.
Talk about a confidence booster. A nice, easy throw, nice, easy completion. And you know, Dave right now is feeling pretty good there at that quarterback position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue jerseys downfield. Again, key first down to keep this drive alive. And right now, Nanowitz is probably like, okay, great, we got a first. Now I can do some more.
Well, it helps, you know, you have so many weapons, you just have to get the ball to them. That's, I mean.
Yeah, but you know what, Bob? Throwing that bubble screen, he throws a real nice ball. Again, we've only seen him throw it twice now.
Pochis picks up a big block into the secondary again to the 5, and he coughs it up. Cavaliers say they have it, no signal, and they say he was down. Referees say he was down, and it looks like Schnippes is slow to get up. Let's see.
Here we
this
go
one.
again. Look at this. Lakota Dupree, Adam Wormuth again. Nice, easy power play, and again, Pochis is taking advantage of it.
I don't know if he could go back on that, but I don't think his knee was down. I think he coughed it up.
He did cough it up. But again, the ground can't cause a fumble. But
no, Gentile knocked it out.
He did, and we don't have replay.
Nope, no replay. It's Nicotera who was down, number 52. Playing both sides, the senior.
He doesn't want to come out.
See a different angle here. Good blocks in there to spring Pochis, and I think you'll see the ball comes out right there, and the knee's not down. But again, no replay. Referees maybe blocked on that. That happens. Chiefs remain at the 1-yard line of the Cavaliers, trying to add on to this 33-7 lead. Of course, the Chiefs lost the Wyoming area right here last year. We were here in the D2 semifinals, 35-32. That was a wild game.
That was crazy.
We actually lost the Wyoming area twice last year. Did we see both last year? Yeah, because we were here. That was the day Minnick got knocked out.
Yes, he did, and we were like, okay, they're going to scramble now, but.
Yep. Good job by the Cavaliers, though. Hold up Dupree, short.
Wow.
Bring up a 3rd down and goal.
Again, the officials always do, you know, the best job they can do. And again, number 1 job of an official is to make sure the safety of the kids are right there. And you know, I've had some heated battles with these guys. And, you know, after you sit back and look at it afterwards, it's like, you know what, I'm going to say this, Bob. Most of the time, 99% of the time, they are correct.
Timeout Prep trying to get guys in and out. Coach Gallagher on the field trying to just get some substitutions. Couldn't get them in time. Well, they call timeout. 5:06 left here in the 3rd quarter. Things have really slowed down a bit.
And
a lot.
Well, it's almost tale of two halves. It looked like the second half, or the first half looked like the second half, and now we're looking like the first half of the first game of a high school football game. A little bit slower down. They're like boxing right now, throwing jabs. And again, Lakeland came out in the power I set, and I don't think, as you said, Bob, Coach Gallagher's defense didn't have quite the personnel they needed.
Not on 3rd and goal anyway. So, trying to get you some scores from around the area. And again, the Chiefs in Division II this year with Honesdale, Dunmore, Mid-Valley, West Scranton, and Western Wayne. And next week, as the Chiefs are back on the field, Chiefs have Carbondale right here, and it's a quarterback keeper. And the freshman gets his first touchdown ever on the ground, and the Chiefs extend the lead.
Nico Spatero, this is a great job. Again, I talked about confidence. He had that nice bubble screen there. And now, you know what, Coach said, get it in there. And again, now that young man, he's going to be able to lead this Chiefs offense now. Spatero still, he's up now. Okay, they were working on him, massaging.
Little fake go for 2. Caught in the back of the end zone by Rovinski.
All right.
That extends the lead for the Chiefs of Lakeland. We'll take a timeout. Lakeland adds on to their score, added a 2-point conversion, and it makes it 41-7. On the kickoff, Liam Bear with some running room. Trying to find some space, he won't go down, and he finally is caught inside Chiefs territory, and he's cramping up, I think. He's at the 45-yard line.
He did a whole lot of cutback running, zigging and zagging, and, trying to get a spark there for the Cavaliers. And again, they have nice field position starting at the Chiefs 45.
That's a tough loss, too, for Barrett. And now Amanda, I think we have another smile cam. Amanda, who do we have this time?
That's right, Bob. For our second Dr. Todd smile cam of the night, we have the Lakeland cheerleaders.
Yeah, a lot to smile about tonight. Dr. Todd on the Chiefs sideline, not so much on the Cavaliers. One score I want to bring up. West is beating Riverside 20-17. And West, as we know, the last 2 years, West Scranton has not had the teams that, we're used to seeing from the Invaders. But Jake Minetti has come in, a last-minute coaching hire, done a nice job, and they're beating Riverside now by 3 points on the opening night. And they could pull off that already, just by scoring 20 points. They're better than the last 2 years, and that's great for the Scranton, West Scranton community.
Bob, and if they get that win, Coach Minetti, again, what a modest young man, because he is, and he just did a nice job with these guys. Nice hit being dropped. Snyder just laid the wood on number 17.
14.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Jack
excuse me, 14.
Yeah, 2 sophomores. Paris finally completes his first pass of the game. Out to Dowling, but almost
look at that, boom.
Got hit by Schneider. So a gain of 4. You see the sophomore now, Lewis Parison, going to get some work. With the Chiefs up 41-7. He's in the shotgun. Quick out to another sophomore. This is Dickey. He's ripped down from behind. This is Ravinsky, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 1.
Bob, you mentioned that those two guys, Dickey played again last year with Paris. Look at the timing. Look how he led him on that play. Great job with ball placement. And again, the speed of having, seniors, sophomores. Another cramp right now.
Vermouth, yeah, excuse me. Prep next week has West Scranton. This might be a little bit tougher game than the Cavaliers expect. They're down at the stadium against West. West will be the home team. So even the referees are getting some water, and I will too. And you. We don't want to be cramping up here.
No, we can't do that. Right now, I got to give a shout out to Craig Dawsey, the head coach at Towanda. District 4 action up there. They're leading right now, 34-13. Mount Carmel, 19. North Schuylkill, 10, down in the Coal League. Tigers of Tunkhannock are trailing in the fourth quarter, 20-35 to Wyoming area. 18-15, Scranton's leading. All right, he's up. Yep. First thing he's given is a Gatorade bottle. Hopefully they got pickle juice or something in there. Apparently, do you remember that, Bob, a few years ago, the Eagles?
Eagles with pickle juice?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Was that Andy Reid?
Yes,
Andy
it was.
Reid, yeah.
Yes.
Under Andy Reid, yeah. So the Cavaliers, 3rd and 1 coming up, and sure, it's 2-down territory to get the first.
Wow.
Romero behind Schnippes, showing some muscle. It's a figure law first down to the 30, a gain of 6.
Well, you got number 8, Quentin Palmero, 5'10", 180-pound junior, and you can't see him behind Schnippes. Max is 6'1", 250. Here we go. Look at that. He's just leading. You can't find him. And again, he's such a strong runner. Another key first down. And again, they're just doing things slowly, meticulously now to try to take some time off and build their offensive, get their game going.
Comes the pressure on the sophomore, and he's taken out for a loss. 2 guys got in.
Luke Smurl.
And Poches.
Yep. Well,
for the sack, a loss of 10.
Look at the pressure. The left tackle stepped down, didn't look to his outside, and that allowed those 2 guys to come in pretty much scot-free and just, again, tackle for a loss. And that's really tough for Paris. I mean, Lewis Parrish, you said, Bob, had a tremendous year last year. Now he's being thrown into the fire. And again, he's going to just have to keep rebounding, keep his nose down, and keep going.
Again, 4 new offensive linemen in here for the Cavaliers. And a lot of film to watch on Monday. Little pump fake. They're going to go Dak. They have Weeks. Weeks has to stop for the ball, though. And he cramps up real quick. Good defense down there from Evan Colicino, the junior. I think that's a cramp, too.
I'm hoping that's a cramp. Nice job, nice protection by that offensive line. Ball was a little bit high and underthrown. Again, but it's actually not bad ball placement. It was just a little bit high. And Ty Weeks, again, jumping up there. And again, probably that was his, yep. It's his left, and that's the one he jumped up off of. So that's probably where all that cramping came in that calf. Right now, West Scranton next week, and again, those guys are, if they get that win, they're going to be flying high. And again, Prep's got some work to do. Lake Lehman, they're down right now.
They're at West. Lake Lehman, they Scranton, so they're 3 games. Next 3 games will be at Memorial Stadium.
Okay.
Then they go to Delaware Valley, Paul Pack, and then at Abington.
You know, having those big 6A schools coming at you in the 5A with Del Val, Wall and Paul Pack, boy, they got that big defensive tackle, 325 pounds. He's a tough guy. Abington's playing tough right now. They're losing to Dallas 10-0. North Pocono, well, we know Coach Greg does a nice job up there. Valley West was, I think, winning, or it was really close. And again, I haven't checked the Valley View score. So they've got their work cut out for them.
3rd and 20, Paris back. With the pressure comes Dupree. Paris somehow stays on his feet. Takes off and gets about 9 yards. And Lakota Dupree now cramping up at the 50. But a nice job by Paris just to avoid the All-State linebacker.
Wow. Nice job. A tuck and roll. Look at that. Good concentration. He dropped the ball. Hey, if it works, it works. Nice
so his
block
knee was
down
down
there.
because he dropped the ball and picked it up?
You're right. It's still live.
So it's a fumble and a recovery.
Right.
Paris back, has Weeks caught, but we have a flag down in the backfield. It's down to the 5. Let's see what the call is, though. That's going to go against the Cavaliers.
Lakota Dupree just manhandled Nicotero. Nicotero just grabbed him on the way down. Again, I'll take that penalty. I know they just had a big positive yards, but you don't want your quarterback getting hurt. And again, that's the experience he has.
So a lot of cramps down there. And Eagle Eye Amanda Cool says they're drinking, I don't know what they're drinking.
She said mustard, and she has a picture of it. So
on the Lakeland sideline, I guess you can down a condiment and feel better.
Well, if you look right now,
I don't know if Amanda can join us quick and bring her mic up, but Amanda, is that true?
It is true. I actually confirmed it with one of the students down here on the sidelines.
Oh, yeah, no, he's doing it. We get a shot. He's eating the mustard.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can get it from the high camera.
I thought we saw it all.
He's eating the mustard.
Yep, he's eating the mustard.
Now, if they bring hot dogs out, then we got a problem.
For sure.
No, Wormuth, he's eating. He's literally eating. He has the Gatorade bottle now, but the trainer has the mustard in his hand.
He does. Good.
Now where's
Amanda,
Steve?
that was
Where's
a great
Steve
catch.
Phillips? Where's our mustard? Where'd we cramp up? 4th and 26. Paris back. Looking for a huge play.
Nice feet.
Oh, he just throws it deep.
Wow.
And almost caught. Barrett was open, but a great job by the linebacker, number 44, Gilderman, all the way down the field.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Knocks it away.
You play that middle linebacker position, and you're at the 46-yard line, and you're back at the 6. He really showed his prowess back there.
But good job by Parrish, just to avoid
Oh my gosh,
anything.
look how he avoided, and he's got good speed. Watch this ball.
Nice arm.
On the roll.
I mean, he had him. If he just let him just a little bit, it would have been a touchdown.
And he knows.
Yeah.
And again, Liam Barrett, again, junior, he's 5'6", and boy, is he fast.
Well, that's a great 4th down. A little excitement for the Cavaliers, and with 1 minute left in the 3rd quarter, Lakeland takes over at their own 46-yard line. And it looks like Spatero is back out after he cramped up. I don't know if he drank mustard, but
he might add spicy mustard. You know, they
maybe.
give those.
Pochus. Great job by the line to hold him up so the linebacker can get in there. Suma with the tackle.
Well, I'll tell you, Suma last week, I really liked him at that scrimmage, how hard he ran and how fast. Now that time, I'm wondering if the Lakeland offensive line's getting a little bit tired now because they've been out there a lot. And now the defense, they just did a nice job. There was no gaps, nowhere to run, and they gang tackled.
Well, their left tackle is eating mustard on the sidelines. 65, so.
Yeah.
So obviously they have a new tackle in there. It's going to be trips near side, 4 receivers in there. Siemens in the backfield with Spatero. Quick hitter to the speedster Siemens to get the sidelines. Good job by Prep containing it. He's going to be short of a 1st down.
Number 62 is in there, and that is
McCalla.
Okay, he took over.
So 3 quarters in the books, and hopefully everyone can stay upright for the 4th. We got mustard. We got everything. We got touchdown. A little bit of everything here at Chapman Lake tonight.
Welcome back to My TV WQMY. It's week 1 of high school football. Lakeland leads Scranton Prep 41-7. At every game this year, we are going to name 2 scholar athletes with our Car Vision Nissan's Scholar Athlete Program. Principals and administrators from each school are going to nominate the scholar athletes, and at the end of the season, we are going to name one of our scholar athletes our award recipient of a $5,000 scholarship. Prior to tonight's game, we met tonight's scholar athletes. From Lakeland, Our scholar athlete is John Siemens. He's a high school honor roll student and a member of the National Honor Society and a member of both the track and football teams. You've seen him out there tonight. He was named the 2022 Lackawanna Conference Track Performer of the Year, and as well as he's a district medalist in both the 100 and 200 meter dashes. He was the Times Tribune Defensive Back of the Year last year, as well as a Lackawanna Conference Division III Coaches First Team All-Star. For Scranton Prep, we have Rita Collins. She's the Student Council Vice President, a member of the National Honor Society, and she's on Prep's soccer, basketball, and track and field teams. Rita is a two-time district champion in the 1600, as well as a member of the basketball team that won the PIAA District 2 Championship. In her spare time, she participates in Geography Club, Spanish Club, and volunteers at her church and at the St. Francis Soup Kitchen. Guys, so impressive from these student athletes.
Oh, absolutely. We'll see that all year long. And, as long as she read those accomplishments, it just tells you some good kids in this world doing great things.
Great kids doing great things. And they don't get enough credit, all the good kids doing these great things. They just don't get enough credit. Nice blitz pickup.
Knocked down by Quentin Palmero. Shoots in from the linebacker, read that nicely, brings up 3rd down and long.
You're at a coaching clinic, they say, hey, how do you stop the speed sweep? Right there, textbook. Defensive line did their job, created the gap, and the linebacker shot and just shut the door right on them.
First final of the night, Lackawanna Trail knocks off Mid-Valley 21-13.
Wow. Okay. We knew Mid-Valley graduated a lot of talented kids, but they're coming back.
And Crestwood now leading Valley View 14-7. I think some people underestimated Crestwood this year.
Well, Crestwood runs that single wing offense. It's hard to prepare for it because you got to spend more time teaching your own kids how to do it.
Flags in, big hits everywhere. Nice job, good hit in there from number 34, Max Schnippes on the runner. That was Kyle Liddy, and the flag is down 2.
And
it was a loss on the play.
Holding on, that was on Lakota Dupree.
Cavaliers, one thing they will not do is give up.
No, they won't. They're going to fight to the end because that's just instilled in Scranton Prep's DNA in terms of football.
So there's some delays also from around the area. It never rained when my rain thing came at 8:34, did it? I didn't see any rain.
No, well.
That's good for us.
And I'm wondering, because I saw some scores were still like said second quarter, so I don't know if there were lightning strikes or delays, whatever.
Trying to find out about that Berwick game. They were in a lightning delay, so we'll have to see. Jersey Shore looking to get in our FNR top 10 next week. They are beating Pottsville 55-6. Little pooch kick from Spatero. And it drops out of bounds, not that long. Prep will have it, and they're inside their own territory right at the 30-yard line. So on Tuesday, you can join us on the Fox 56 News first at 10. Amanda and I will have our Friday Night Rivals top 10 each week up until the end of the season. Last year, Southern Columbia went toe-to-toe all the way.
They did.
From the preseason all the way to the end. Unanimous #1, but they were losing. We'll have to see what they bring. In our top 10, we have North Schuylkill, Prep in there, Crestwood, Loyal Sock, Valley View, Hazelton, Old Forge, Danville, Lakeland, Southern. Oh yeah, we're here.
We're up there, Bob. The camera guys, they want to put us on the screen. I don't know why.
Harris gets it out to Barrett, and Barrett with positive yardage for a gain of about 4. So now for Prep, is this just like this is work experience, I should say?
Hey, they're going to gather experience again. Billy Pasqualiccio is just going to, okay, he knows the skill set now. These kids, he's seen 2 quarterbacks, what they can do. And now it's up to the offensive line to, again, gel. Let's start moving that defensive line. And, let's get going. They're trying to figure out their formation right now.
Harris back with protection, looks to the left and finds his guy. Weeks with a nice catch. And they like Tate Weeks. He was on the varsity last year as a freshman. Had a couple mistakes tonight, including one on a kickoff, but that was a positive play, good catch, and a figure law first down.
Well, Lewis Parrish, 5'10", 190-pound sophomore. Look at the ball he throws right there, right on the rope. Ty Weeks does a great job concentrating, getting that ball in there. Again, another first, and that's all they have to do.
How about the two quarterbacks, the young quarterbacks we saw tonight? Andrewitz throws a nice ball.
Yeah, freshman.
And Parrish throwing a nice ball now after he got, over the jitters a little bit.
Sure.
He's moved this team downfield. They show a blitz. And that one is just dropped. A nice pass. A little bit behind Dickey, but it falls incomplete.
And again, that was a tough one. He's rolling to his left, and he was dropping back, and he's throwing, and it was still a nice ball.
And there you see Coach Terry Gallagher. Looking over his offense. He'll go back at it tomorrow, watch film. And off to West Scranton next week. Another blitz. They pick it up and in and out of the hands of Gentile, right about 9 yards downfield. A little high, but still catchable.
Well, he's getting that varsity speed experience right now. And again, they can't do that. You can't dial that up in practice like that. So again, he's learning, and that's the hard part. And I've said this earlier, and I'll say it time and time again. These are still kids out there. Whether they're freshmen or seniors, they're still kids.
And the line, too, as well.
4 inexperienced kids that were thrown to the wolves tonight.
Yeah, Naheem Gonzalez doing a nice job at center. There's the pressure. They're going to try to get it to Palermo. He's trying to get a block. He gets one. Puts his head down and runs over number 3, Calicino. The helmet comes off. He'll have to come off. But positive yards on that. 4th down at midfield, and the offense looks like will stay on. Down 41-7. So some substitutions now for Lakeland, and why not?
Absolutely. Get your young kids the experience.
Get them some experience as well. Although there are a lot of seniors on this Lakeland team. Little quick out. And they're going to say it's a catch on the sidelines. That's Dickey. He played running back last year for the freshman team, but that's a figure law first down on 4th down.
Good concentration, just a quick out pattern. See how he breaks out into his pattern. Looks the ball in, 2 feet inbounds.
Got it in.
Again,
good job.
Great concentration.
How happy are we that John Gumbel's back on the sidelines?
Well, we would have missed his sideline experience, but John Gumbel does a great job. I mean, Steve Phillips, our producer. I mean, all these guys. Billy, I mean, the list goes on. These guys make us #1 every year.
Quick out to Baird, picks up a block and eludes a couple of tacklers. 9-yard gain on that. So not much running. Usually we see a lot of running, but Billy Pasqualicchio showing the pass game here.
And again, because they're going to be able to get a little bit more balanced, I think, next week with West Scranton. Again, I'm not going to say they're overmatched, but they have more skills than the Cavaliers do tonight. Bob, you said the last time the Lakeland beat the Cavaliers?
2010.
2010.
Some confusion now. In and out of the hands of Weeks, a little high. Third and short now coming up. As Lakeland now with some substitutions, but Lakeland's roster isn't as big as Scranton Prep's.
No.
Prep has almost 60 kids.
And in this day and age with football, teams are struggling to get 3 dozen kids.
Yeah.
That's the testament to Scranton Prep's football and how people want to go to school there, get a great education, and play football.
Palermo has a figure law first down. He's taken down near the 30. So if you're wondering why, Prep isn't making their substitutions, because really everyone's new almost in this offense. So really, this is the experience they need.
And Nicotero on that one did a nice job pulling in there to lead block up there for Pomero. Now, Bob, you just said that. He's got 4 basically new guys on the offensive line.
Sophomore quarterback, sophomore receiver.
Right.
2 sophomore receivers in there. Harris back, has running room. He has a wide open. Looks to get a block. Dickey with the block. They're going to call a clip. I'm not sure.
His head was in front.
That's a cuff call, but this will be coming back from the point of the foul. Dickey tried to get around and couldn't. See that on the replay. Referee was right there.
Again, a good secondary coverage by the Chiefs. And again, I like how Paris, I like this kid. He's growing on me a lot. He's really smart, looking downfield. I'm not sure, you know, it really wasn't a clip because he did have his head. He had good body placement. But again, they might say it was a blind side.
Blind side, yeah.
So
that's like the call. Blind side block. And now we'll back it up now to the 36. Again, safety. That's a tough one for Dickey. He needs a block, but if you don't touch him, he hits the quarterback, you don't
right.
That's a tough one.
And I said earlier in the broadcast, Bob, that the officials' main job is safety for the kids.
And that's
so,
what they're preaching this year, and absolutely. So
they still got the first down out of it.
First down, yeah. Harris back. He's got room. He's chased again. He tucks it and goes. He's got running room. Picks up a figure law first down and gets out of bounds near the 15.
And
good job by Lewis Paris.
Smartly runs out of bounds. Yeah, I think Coach Pasqualiccio right now is feeling pretty good. Look, this kid's showing he's a player. He wants to play.
And good job by 8 to pick up the blitz.
Look at that. That's what I mean. You have a running back that picks up that blitzing linebacker and stalemates him is tremendous.
Oh, it's need 2 players of the game. I know one, and it's number 1 for Lakeland. Who's the second? Siemens?
I would be leaning towards Mr. Siemens.
To the end zone, Barrett can't make the catch. Colicino there on defense.
Colicino really was playing a very patient cornerback position right there.
Longest drive of the night for the Cavaliers.
Good pass pro. Steps up, a beautiful ball. Lots of air. And I think, again, now, Liam Barrett is used to having a different quarterback in there. So the timing, that's going to get worked out again, and it's only week 1.
12th play of the drive. Little draw to Palermo. Oh, if he kept his feet, he would have a little bit more. He's down to about the 8. Brings up 3rd down. Got some blocks on the outside.
Oh, here we go. I'm sorry. I was looking downfield. He ended up doing a nice job and then tried to jump cut, but his feet looked like they were stuck in concrete.
Lakeland with some new guys up front. You see Nanowitz in there, who has a touchdown, the freshman. He's playing defensive end. Schaefer, a sophomore, number 53, is in there for Lakeland. Paris back, surveying, quick out.
There we
Has
go.
Palermo. And Scranton Prep touchdown for Quinton Palermo, his 2nd of the night, off the pass from Lewis Paris.
I really like it. I'm telling you, Paris, he's got it, man. He's got that spark. He's got confidence. He's quick. He's reading. He's doing his reads. Here we go. Look at this. Snap was a little low, but boom. He adjusted his hands, got a nice ball out there. Key block downfield.
From Dickey.
I mean, so, yeah. Do not count this game as the season. Do not mark Scranton Prep by this game at all. They're getting actually better as this game's progressing.
Good job on Monahan on the low snap. Raymond Rinaldi kicks it through, and it's 41-14. 5:14 left in the opening night of high school football. So the Cavaliers march down the field, 14 plays, 70-yard drive. Paris to Palermo for 13 yards, and it makes the score 41-14. So we'll kick this one off from Raymond Rinaldi. Tees it up at the 40. Siemens is back there. I can't see who he's with. It should be Liddy, number 3. Or excuse me, number 5. No, 5's up front, so it's not Liddy. We'll see who gets the ball. Rinaldi squibs it down.
4.
Into Pocius. No, it's 8.
8.
So that is Jordan Case, number 8, who picks it up and brings it down over the 35. Let's see where they mark it. Case is a junior.
Bill's Auto Body is a proud sponsor of high school football. Bill's Auto Body can take care of all your collision needs. No collision job is too big or too small. Call us today, 570-397-6138, or visit us at 10 River Street in Carbondale. Bill's Auto Body quote is, "We meet by accident."
Thank you to all the sponsors tonight. And it looks like we'll see the second team defense now, at least for Scranton Prep. And it looks like the second team offense as well for Lakeland with 5:07 remaining. And this one not in doubt now, 41-14 the score. And in fact, we're going to have a timeout on the field for Lakeland. I think, see who's playing where. Who they have left, who's not cramping up, who's not drinking mustard. Are they drinking ketchup too?
I've been around football a long time. That's a first. Mustard. Yep, they're trying to get. Let's go. Get down. There's someone I think is in the tent. Yep, they were looking for number 55.
Pody, who's had a first time starting tonight for Lakeland, but see now who the Chiefs send out. So white jerseys out there now for Prep, and a couple guys stretching it out. They've been on the sidelines all night long. They'll get some work now in this game, and this will help them in the season. I really expect to see these two teams in the district finals in their classifications. Don't go by what Prep has done, but because the AAA is wide open this year.
You are absolutely correct, Bob. And again, you can't judge first game, especially with a team like Scranton Prep.
Josh Pence, the junior.
Wow, he had his head down. I mean, covered the ball security.
I know. I almost called out the other Spatero's name because didn't he wear 26, Giovanni?
Giovanni, I believe
26,
he did.
yeah. No. But nope. Number 26 this year is Josh Pence, the junior. Nice carry there for 5.
And they're just taking it nice and easy. Lots of time. Run it down to like 5 seconds. There's no rush.
Now, I don't know if these two teams are playing a JV game because some of the JV games have gone by the wayside because of numbers.
Correct.
And the freshmen, too. Prep is only 5 games scheduled on the freshman side, 9th grade. A lot of teams have gone to junior high only. So trying to find games for Prep and have to combine with the Wyoming Valley Conference and see who's available to play, because you want to get like as many games as you can for the freshmen.
Get that experience, and it's tough when the attrition. I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
Lakeland went off sides.
Both of the receivers were 3 yards past the ball. The numbers game has really been hitting football major in every school district.
Yeah, some movement from the outside. That's Jordan Case moved. You're right. I mean, you look at the numbers for the Chiefs here in on the varsity game, probably near the 40, right? Prep has a little bit more than that, so they're ready to play JV, and especially the freshmen, they have 30 in their freshman team sometimes, 28 to 30.
Right, and
some teams like Dunmore can't anymore. Some of their freshmen are playing.
And when I was at the scrimmage at Tunkhannock last week, they had 24 kids.
Old Forge, I saw their practice. They're playing a 9th grade schedule, but they have a 7th, 8th, 9th grade team.
Okay.
And they have almost 30-some kids. Good tackle in there by, looks like Max Tierney gets a tackle, and also Liam Baddock, a senior. Here you see this one again.
There we go.
Nice job, comes off his block. Oh, no, Tierney came off his block and made a nice tackle. Max, a junior.
Now, again, the offensive line coach for the Chiefs is going to say, hey, 57, 53, 56, you're there. Get involved. Don't stand around. Don't be a spectator. You know, you're on the field. Make your mark. Leave your mark for me.
4th down and 5 seconds on the play clock. I don't think they're going to get this one off. And Coach Barczyk just going to take the penalty. Take the 5 yards and see if they're going to punt.
And again, the young kids that are out there, they have to understand, hey, you have 25 seconds to get the play off. They're not going to take it easy on you because, you know, it's your first time out on the field.
4th and 12, and they're going to leave the offense on. They pooch kick one time with Spatero. Let's see if they do that again with Danowitz. They do. And a nice kick and no one back for prep.
Nice bounce.
And it gets a good bounce and get down to the 12-yard line. So here's what Lakeland has.
Carbondale, I believe they were down. Riverside.
Yeah, Riverside was losing.
Susquehanna, you know, they're always tough. You know, we don't see them too much, but I always read how tough they are. Old Forge, we know Coach Schubeck, you know, those guys are loaded. Honesdale is actually playing really tough right now. Dunmore, I think they're on the rebound, getting better. We know West Scranton's getting better. Western Wayne was up, and Mid-Valley, Bob, you said, was losing at that, or they may have lost
the Trail.
To Trail, and again,
another timeout on the field. Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, they were tops last year, and again, so Lakeland's got their work cut out for them. There's no easy games in there for them.
So Lakeland will be at Riverside. These are the away games. They'll be at Old Forge. We'll talk about that in a second. At Dunmore, at West, and last game of the year at Mid-Valley. Let's talk about that, boy, the Lakeland Old Forge game. The week before we see Trail, that's going to be a doozy.
Oh, it is.
Two good quarterbacks, big lines, Class A versus Class AA, both with high aspirations. That should be a heck of a game. Well, that's the week I think we'll be in Loyalsock.
Well, that's going to be a great game.
That's going to be a great game too. So you know you have to pick and choose where we're going to be.
Oh, nice run. I liked how patient he was in there.
Yep, that's Jamie Baird. We saw him run in the scrimmage real tough last year, junior, who had 33 carries a year ago and a touchdown. Tyler Mackerel, the junior, is the quarterback, number 10. And you see a new offensive line in there for the Cavaliers.
And you were saying about a JV game. Right now, these kids, the younger kids, are getting a chance to play, step on the varsity field, Friday night lights, and feel that excitement. And, you know, it's just going to make them work harder to become starters.
Here's Sam DeNaples looking for a hole. He does. He finds it. Picks up a couple blocks. Gets the edge.
Nice.
DeNaples with a nice run and gets tackled out of bounds. No flag. Down to the 40. 1:53 remaining. So coming up, we'll hear from our Allied Services players of the game. Amanda will have that, and then we'll wrap things up and get you ready for next week. We have Berwick at Valley View, which we'll check those scores before we leave the air as well. Remember, Friday night rivals, top 10, Tuesday night on Fox 56 with Amanda and myself. So we're back into the football mode for 13 weeks. Mackerel gonna go down the middle, no one there. Someone cut off their route, a little bit premature.
He showed nice technique with that throwing.
We also had some guys in new positions tonight.
We do.
Yeah, Tyler Florian doing graphics, so a couple new camera people tonight. So, well, you know, we have to get our experience too. Still have Billy Murphy directing, doing the punching. So a lot of experience there with Steve Phillips. Welcome back, Aldo, tonight at audio.
Yep, Aldo does. You know, he always makes me sound good, Bob.
That's a special guest appearance tonight. So a whole new offensive line now coming in. Looks like a lot of changes. Trying to get a lot of people in the books for this offense.
Bob, it's nice to see the fans from Lakeland have not left. Even though their team is up 41-14, they're waiting for their tribe so they can cheer them on at the end and congratulate them.
Quick out to Bo Riley, a junior. Riley with the positive yards. Nice pass from Mackerel. Clock still running under a minute to play. So Lakeland goes to 1-0. Prep 0-1 as we start the high school football season in 2022. Maybe not the game we might have expected when we picked the games, but can't predict when people get hurt. You know, a good job by the Lakeland Chiefs, very experienced against an inexperienced prep team up front, at least in some key positions. But they held their own, you know.
And Bob, they have 4 brand new offensive linemen. You lose the top running back in the state of Pennsylvania in London Montgomery. You know he was missed. And that just changes the dynamics and how their kids, like I said, they were probably thinking, oh, London's going to help us, and he's not here. But he's on the sideline cheering his team on. So, you know, they're going to get better. We're going to see like that week 1 to week 2. We always talk about that to show improvement, see how they do.
Should be one of the last plays. Maybe they get another win. Mackerel back down the middle, and it's caught. Nice catch in there by Jack Doughton. The
Nice
sophomore.
ball.
Clock will stop momentarily. Nice gain inside the 30. Bunch of changes come in. Clock rolling. I don't know if they're going to get it off. They're going to run up and try. There you see the replay. Good catch by Doughton. And that should do it.
That's a great ball.
They tried. Nope. And it runs out. Lakeland with a huge first half. Dominates this game. Prep showed a little bit towards the end of each half. And they'll move on to take on West. Lakeland has Carbondale here, and we are underway for the 2022 season, Coach. You make predictions and you look at teams and you watch it, but until these kids get on the field, you just don't know what's going to happen.
We don't. And you know what? It's week 1.
Yeah.
We actually, Bob, we saw a very good game. And for Coach Gallagher, he you know, talk about a roller coaster. He just had his firstborn son, and then to find out they lose the best running back in the state. And then to come back, that whole roller coaster ride. And it actually showed that Scranton Prep is human, because they've been a machine the last few years where, you know, you might be able to hang with them for a quarter and then they just put the hammer down. And, you know, credit the Lakeland Chiefs and Coach Boracek and his staff. They did a tremendous job preparing these kids, and I knew that he had this game circled, so congratulations to the Chiefs.
So for the first time in 12 years, 12 seasons, Lakeland knocks off Prep. 41-14 is the score. And Amanda's going to try to get our players of the game. And we'll try to get you some scores. And again, some lightning delays around as well as some storms in our area. So Amanda has them. Let's go down to Amanda now with our Allied Services players of the game. Amanda?
That's right. Tonight's players of the games are Nico Spatera and John Siemens. Guys, congratulations on a great game. This is what you train all summer for. What was that feeling like taking the field for the first time this season?
Well, especially against Prep, when we saw that the schedule came out and it was Prep, we were so excited. No one was like, oh, it's Prep. We were so pumped and excited. We worked really hard, watched so much film in the weight room in the offseason and everything. We were so ready. We just came out and showed it.
What were your expectations coming into tonight's game?
I don't know. I didn't really know what to expect besides that I knew that we had a really good team, and I know if we just like went out there and put it all out on there, we'd be fine, and that's exactly what happened.
John, is this a game that you can gauge where your team is at so far? I know it's only week 1, but can you gauge, you know, looking forward?
It's one game right now, but we have a bunch more to go, and we just got to stay healthy.
I know you're one of the leaders on this team. What's the message to the rest of your team as you're moving forward?
Just keep our heads up and let this celebrate this game for a little bit, and we got to move forward.
That's right, guys. Congratulations. Go get with your team.
Can I say one more thing?
Absolutely.
Shout out Tommy Arthur.
All right, guys. Back to you.
Oh, thanks, Nico. And thank you, Tommy Arthur, I guess, right? So we wrap up this game. Let's talk about next week. The Berwick game has resumed. They seem like they're winning. Valley View's down now trailing Crestwood. You know, I don't know if we expected 1-0 versus 0-1, depending on what happens.
But
you know, we should have a great game next week, just down the road here. In the Cougar Den.
Oh, it's going to be. I mean, right now it said it was a final that Crestwood beat Valley View 20-7. So, and Abington lost to Dallas 44-13. Honesdale lost to Wallenpaupack 15-13. So, and I know Coach Russick, he's doing a nice job up there. And we're getting ready for next week's game already. Coach Hawanitz, everybody knows that it's his last season, and he's not going to be very happy how the first game went. So it's going to be a showdown next week.
Absolutely. Berwick 14-10 now in the third quarter. That game was in a lightning delay. We'll wrap it up here. Great job by our Fox 56 sports crew. Thanks for all the guys for filling in. Another great production here on MyTV WQMY. So for the entire crew, for Amanda, for Jan, this is Bob Ide saying, Week 1 in the books. Week 2 next week. Join us right here on MyTV WQMY. The final again, Lakeland beats Prep 41-14.
You're watching Allied Services Friday Night Rivals, presented by Tom Hesser Dealerships on MyTV WQMY.